Hi guys, welcome back. My name is K and you are watching C# with K. So in this video, this is the official lesson now, lesson number 1. So in this video, we're going to be working with data types. And as you all know, I'm using a Linux system. I don't like Windows. Windows is slow and for privacy reasons. So I'm using Linux. And we're going to be working with console applications. We are going to be doing Windows Forms at a later stage, but for now we are going to work on console applications. Let me just set up my project. I'll call this lesson 1. Click that, open my terminal, .NET new console. Right. So what is the data type? Visualize a data type as containers. So at home you have a container for storing meat, you have a container for storing vegetables, another one for fruits, or perhaps another one for storing your dessert or some sort. So data types have more or less the same idea. So you have a data type for storing numbers, strings, characters, and so forth. And I'd like to start with decimals and numbers. Those are also data types. So you'd have decimal and a dowel, right? So usually a decimal, we use it when we are working with currency, and dowel we use it for, suppose we are writing an application that has to do with student marks, anything that is a decimal point, marks, weights, measurements, and so forth. So the reason why we use decimal for currency, actually, I'm not sure, but I know it's good practice because it gives you accurate answers, like your results are going to be accurate. But just you can go look up on it why we're using decimal for currency. And when you are okay, let's do this. Let me just declare. Let's start with decimal. When you declare decimal, you write the name of the data type decimal, because we're going to be working with decimals. Now on the prefix for decimals, we use M to indicate that we are working with decimals. For a double, you would use a D. For an integer, you'd use an I. For a long, you'd use an L. For a string, you'd use an S as a prefix. So we're going to say decimal M, and then the name of the variable. Let me call it money 1 is equals to 25.6. In my country, I'd say 25 rand 60 cents, but doesn't really matter. And then it's good practice again to write the suffix again, just as you indicated here on the prefix, that is M stands for decimal. Also you'll be writing M there, you'll be typing M there, then that. So this means that 25.6 has been stored in money 1. So let's just write this thing to a console. You would say console.write, then the name of the thing. So this typically means that money 1 is going to be written to a console. You can also use a console.write line or console.write. I like console.write because I can control how I want my output to look like. Let's save this. So when this code runs, it will first go to this line, it will execute this line. It says, okay, you want the decimal, right? What's the name of the data type? It's money 1, and what's inside what's inside money 1 is 25.6. And then it goes here and say, oh, you want to write to the console. What do you want to write? You want to write money 1. So just to run this, .NET run. It's a bit slow. right? Then you have your 25.6. I forgot to mention this. It's good practice because if you are on Visual Studio, you would have noticed that your console opened and closed at the same time. So what I like to do is write console.write /n indicates that you are writing on a new line. This is for a new line. If you say /n/n, 2 lines, 2 new lines. So /n, then I'd say press any key to exit. Then after that, you write console.read key. Can use console.read line. Read key typically means that when you open your application, it will write everything here, then goes to this line, console.write, press any key to exit, then it will wait for your input. Whatever key you press there, or whatever anything is going to execute, you don't have to press enter, and then your program is going to exit. So this is good practice when because you can't really see anything if you don't write. At least you can leave this line out, but having this one means that the console is going to pause and wait for your input, right? So you will be able to see everything here. Let's run it again. And here we go. So it's 25.6. Press any key to exit. The program is still running, it hasn't closed. If I press any key, it will then exit, right? This double works the same way. Let's say, okay, let me not replace here. Just commented that out. And this means if you comment something out, it means that the code is going to ignore everything that you wrote on that line. You can also use this. Then it means that the program is going to ignore everything inside these slash and asterisks, right? So for a double, it's say double D, then I'll call it mark 1 is equals to, let me give it 98.5, right? Then for good practice, I write a D at the end, then I have my variable there. Then you say console.write D mark 1, then you save, then you run. So it basically works the same way. So now okay, let me just wait for it. The 98.5, there we go. Press any key, the program exits. So now what we are going to do, we're going to do a simple addition between 2 variables. Let's use double D number 1 is equals to 5, double D number 2, let's say it's 6, right? So now you have D number 1 and D number 2. I'm going to declare another variable. I'm going to say double D answer is equals to D number 1 plus D number 2. Sorry about that. For good practice, let's write that. So what this means is you declare a data type. You say double D number 1 means I'm going to store something in D number 1, and we are storing number 5. Same as D number 2, we're storing number 6 on D number 2. And then you declare another one. Say double D answer is equals to D number 1 plus, D number 1, it will say 5 because it's 5, there's only 5 stored there. It will say 5 plus D number 2, your D number 2 has a value 6. So this, the addition of these two, the sum of these two will be stored in D answer. And to show that that works, console.write D answer. So show my answer, show whatever the sum of whatever is there. When we run this, we should have an 11. Let's go, there we go, our 11. We also have a data type int for integer. You say int I number 1, you declare it the same way. Let's store a 5 there. Okay, this one doesn't want that. And then I'd say int I number 2, let's store a 10. Then I would say int I answer is equals to I number 1 plus I number 2. Then the same thing, console.write I answer. Okay, my program. Okay, let's run. Should have a 15. There we go, we have our 15. So what I've shown you is data types for working with numbers so far. Also we have long. Typically when you have a large number, a very long number, maybe you want to use a billion or a million, so you use a long. You can suppose I say I number 1 is equals to this number. So each data type has a maximum number that it can store. So you see, now I'm getting a red line. It says integral constant is too large. It means that the data type int cannot store this number. So let's try a long. Long doesn't work. They all have maximums, a maximum amount of digits they can store. Okay, let's say long can store that. Let's try an int cannot store that. But the long int double decimal, they use the same system. Now we have another one for strings. Strings, we store sentences, we store words and stuff. We declare it the same way. You say string s as a prefix. S, my string, let's call it my string, is equals to, then for a string you put it in these double quotes. You write whatever you want to store in the s my string in these two quotes. So I'd say I am a beginner, right? So it means that this line has been stored in as my string. So to show that, console.write basically works the same way. Just that string, save that, run. I am a beginner. There we go. And a character stores only one letter, only one character. So let's call it character C. Let's use character C. My first is equals to, then these ones you put them inside exclamation. What do you call these things? It's not an exclamation mark, but you put them inside these two things here. So you'd say G, for instance, and you are good to go. And then when you write the output, see my first, console.write, we should only see a G on our console, in our output. There we go, we have our G. So suppose, let's just write a simple small application, a really small one. So suppose we're calculating marks for let's say 3 students, and you want to write their marks accordingly. Let's start with our double data type, double D. Let's call this D Mary is equals to, she got how much? 45.6. D double DK. So these are my marks because I'm brilliant. I got a 98.5. and also D Jane, she got a 65.8, right? So let's also create strings for their names. As Mary is equals to Mary, string sk is equals to k. This is just to show you how we can combine this knowledge, this basics, and make something that could work. This one is Jane, right? So now we want to display these marks individually for everyone here. So it will write Mary got 45.5, but we are not going to hard code these numbers again on the output, these variables. Mary K, Jane, and the marks, we're not going to hard code them. We are going to just call these names here. So we would write console.write. Okay, D Mary, then you say plus, you concatenate D Mary plus got plus my mistake here, should be S Mary, so it will display the name S Mary plus then the text got plus then the actual marks 45.5. Then we would say plus again, starting new line plus sk plus got plus dk, right? Then say plus, start a new line, plus S Jane plus got, we can concatenate this, D Jane. So what I expect to see on my output, it will say Mary, because S Mary has the name, has the variable Mary, so it will say Mary got, then D Mary has 45.6, it will show me the number, plus we start a new line, plus SK, that's my name, is gonna write K because in SK there is K, got DK 98.5, plus a new line, and then Jane S Jane plus got D Jane 65.8. So that's what I expect to see on my output. Let's try it. There we go. Mary got 45.6, K got this, Jane got that. So that's how we use these things together. As I said in this video, we're going to be doing data types. So in the next video, we're going to do something that's going to build up on this video. Yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope it helped you as a beginner. As I said, this is not for advanced programmers, it's for beginners, someone who has no knowledge whatsoever about C# programming. I hope this video helped you, and please like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys.